So the execution at 9:55 exactly. So if you don't trust that I have this rule since the beginning of my videos, you can go back some videos previously and then you'll see that I always mention that I want my execution to be at 9:55. So this was interesting that this happened exactly at this time, but sometimes it can be 9:56, 7 or 8. Like it really depends. And let's see how it goes now.
Let's go!
Directly. So that was pretty quick. I spent the last 7 months forward testing and back testing the 2022 ICT Mentorship and its fair value gap. After watching more than 40 hours of Papa ICT and logging 180 trades, I think I find my model. So let's test it. We're going over September 9. I didn't trade this day because I took a long weekend, I took Friday off, but I always review the days that I missed to add them to my journal so I have more data. So I wanted to go over this day because I saw one opportunity and let's check if we can learn from this day. So yesterday's level, because yesterday's level was already taken out in the London session, I didn't write them, and since we're pretty far from yesterday's low, I didn't write it either. But we have the 2 days high, 2 days lows, and then the 2 opens of New York. Then on the 5 minute, except from this fair value gap that got filled and went up, we can go directly on the 1 minute and then wait for the 9:30 open. So a big displacement at 9:30, and we can see here that those levels, this one from 4 a.m., this one from 8 a.m., and then this one from 6 a.m. got taken out, and then we went up. There's also those 2 equal lows right there, but we almost reached for them. We can say that a lot of liquidity was taken out, especially below those levels right there. And then we saw a displacement. So yes, it is 600. And we can see here the fair value gap. I could take this trade, but we need the execution to be at 9:55. So I explained that in many of my previous videos. So you can check those out if you want to have more details. Okay, so finally we did a little bit higher. We went at 700, almost took out 2 days high, which was from 6 a.m. and then we came back. So the fair value gap got reached at 9:45. So my rules doesn't allow to take this kind of trades. I need the execution to be at 9:55. But you can see clearly that it worked pretty well. Then here a second leg with a displacement of 650 with a fair value gap right there. So this could be an opportunity because we're pretty close to 9:55. So let's put the buy with the minimum of 250. And then since there are no real targets, already took out 2 days high. If we go on the 1 hour, yeah, we can see that there's not much, maybe this level. There's a small fair value gap right there. But usually in those type of conditions, what I do is I just go simply for 2.5. So we could maybe reach for this fair value gap, but in here I won't do something too complicated and then simply go for 2.5. So let's put the order at around 9:55. In real time, what you should do is, what I usually do on MetaTrader 4 is I put my entry, stop loss, take profit, and then at 9:54, if I see that the opportunity is still good, I'll put the order at this time. But here, since I cannot do that on a trading view, I'll just set it up and then we'll see how it goes. The execution at 9:55 exactly. So if you don't trust that I have this rule since the beginning of my videos, you can go back some videos previously and then you'll see that I always mention that I want my execution to be at 9:55. So this was interesting that this happened exactly at this time, but sometimes it can be 9:56, 7 or 8. Like it really depends. And let's see how it goes now.
Let's go.
So that was pretty quick. So there was actually this opportunity right there. If someone was trading before 9:55, this is not the case for me. But in my rules, there was this specific trade. So that's why I wanted to come here. Since I wrote that in my journal, I wanted to come back here and then show it to you guys. So that was interesting. Let's see if it goes to the fair value gap mentioned above. I didn't check that. So for the people new here, I don't trade after 11, so that's why I'm not looking at any more trades at this time. Maybe there's something here, let's check. No, the displacement is too small. Here you can see a fair value gap that got filled and then went back down, but since it's not 600, this is not a trade either. But let's continue playing price. And then it went for the fair value gap. So someone could have put their targets right there and went for a nice 1 to 5, but I'm not too complicated. Usually I just take 2.5 if there's nothing to reach for that's too close. And that's it. So I wanted to come here and show you guys Friday's trading day and how my rules did pretty well during this day.